Honorable Member, Mr. Mark.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. Comrade Chairman, let me start by saying I don't profess to be an expert in economics, but for my own understanding and consumption, I know that this is a very big project that will benefit all of Guyana, expected so, and hopefully so. And I see, sir, that in 2022, we had a budgeted sum of $20,800,000,000 for this project, and then the supplementary, uh, this that was taken from the consult fund of the contingency fund of $3,812,999,559, bringing it up to a total of $24,613,000,000. And I also take into account that $30 billion will be coming to this project via loan or grant, as stated in the budgeted sum, which we considered earlier, and a total of $43,300,000,000 for 2023. May I ask the Honorable Minister to provide an update to this House on the current status of this project, given that the sum that was expended in 2022 amounts to $24,613,000,000, and if we can have a copy of the final investment plan that was promised via the media from, I think it was Mr. Winston Brasington who said it in February of 2022. So if a copy of that can be laid over also.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, my understanding is that the honourable member is seeking information on the money that is being allocated in 2022 for this project.
The status, where it is right now.
We had paid 15% of the contract sum for the EPC contract, and that amounted to $24.213 billion. As you can recall, the total sum was some $759,882,080 United States, and that 15% would have been $113,982,312, and that's how we arrive at, in Guyana dollars, $24.213 billion. Payment of $400 million is made to the Ministry of Public Works, and that's for payment to persons whose land being acquired for the pipeline route under the law acquisition for public purposes. The amount of $400 million represents a sum that is more than double the fair market value as determined by the Chief Valuation Office. As such persons are being compensated for no less than 2 times the valuation for the land. And the amount of the payments made so far of $24,612,999,559.70. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Michael.
Mr. Chair, may I ask the Honorable Prime Minister if he is willing to circulate to all members of this House the final investment plan?
Honorable Prime Minister. 。
Sorry, if I may, Prime Minister, may I, sir?
Honorable
Mr. Speaker, if I,
Senior Minister,
Mr. Chairman,
the
if I
office of
may,
the
just to
President.
supplement. I don't myself, Mr. Chairman, I don't myself recall what statements or commitments were made previously in relation to what will be provided, but where we had indicated that information would be provided, we'd be very happy to do so. So if there's a particular item or information or piece of information or plan that was promised that will be made available and it has not thus far been made available, we'd be happy to make it available. But I'm not specifically sure about any particular item that the honourable member was asking about. But he's referring to a commitment previously made to make an investment plan available. Where that commitment was made previously, we would certainly be very happy to honor it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Michael.
No. I read my own notes, okay? Get it right. Sir, I was reading up on this project, and as I started off by saying, I don't profess to be an expert at it, but with the provision of these documents, I'm sure that it will give me better understanding, and also the people of Guyana better understanding, because I think this project is bigger than politics, and I know that there are many opinions that are being expressed in the public domain, as opposed to bringing the gas to shore via the pipelines. Why not use barges? And then there's some talks about that I read, whereby it will be cheaper and more economical and beneficial to the people of Guyana. Should there be any issue with the pipelines, at least you know you have the barges that can work as storage tanks and so on, and all of these things. But I referenced the final investment plan, sir, because it was in February of 2022 when Mr. Winston Brasington said in an interview that the final investment plan was ready. So it's against that backdrop, and in the interest of transparency and accountability, sir, I am asking if perhaps all the documents that are related to this big project that is going to utilize a substantial amount of money from the Guyanese people, if all the documents relating to this project can be made available to the opposition side of this House so that we can have a better and clearer understanding and be a part of the process to ensure that the people's money are accounted for and the project is being scrutinized to the fullest for the benefit of all Guyanese people.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to remind the honorable member the commitments made earlier. We remain committed to transparency, and I wish to assure you that all documents will be provided for the honorable members to be clearly informed as to this project.
So,
Thank you.
In due course.
Honorable
thank you,
Member,
Comrade Speaker.
Mr.
I am
Michael.
happy for the Honorable Prime Minister's response to that question, and I'm happy that he has endeavored to provide all the documents pertaining to this project. And may I ask the Prime Minister if he can commit a time on the basis, sir, that there are documents that are already, and the noise that are coming from the other side will not deter me from asking, sir, because I'm elected here by the people, for the people, and will work in the interest of the people. And this is a big project, sir, that requires that type of representation. And I'm asking the Prime Minister, sir, if the documents that are available now, if the Prime Minister is prepared to give us a timeline when he will provide the opposition side of this House with the documents relating to this big project.
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I already promised the honorable member that in due course all the information will be available to him. Mr. Speaker, additionally, in the media. We had a sign-in ceremony and we had a press release. So the Guyanese people are already receiving information on this project.
Thank you.
This is already public knowledge, Mr. Speaker. But I will, in due course, of course, honor the commitment to the honorable member.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable members, the Honorable Member, Mr. Holder.
Thank you, Comrade Chair. Comrade Chair, could the Prime Minister state when this project is completed, at what rate power will be sold from this plant?
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we've already made a commitment that the people of Guyana will be paying far less than what they're paying for now. Already communicated out there is some 50% is a figure, and the information will be so communicated. We already raised the expectations of the Guyanese people, and we will deliver on that.
Mr.
Thank
Chair?
you very much, Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Holder.
Comrade Chair, could I ask the Minister to deliver the answer which I seek, the rate at which power will be sold? How much cents, dollars per kilowatt hour?
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, in all fairness to the opposition, I don't want to communicate too many figures to confuse them. So let us live with the fact that at the end of this project, you will be paying far less than you're paying now for electricity. That is easier to process for now. Information on a need-to-know basis, information as it becomes available. When the project is completed and we start to distribute the electricity and the rates change, we will communicate that. But for now, it will be far less than you're paying now.
Honorable
Chair, when I get
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable Member, Mr. Holder.
Mr. Chair, the PPP government has a bad track record when it comes to these types of massive projects. This project is being undertaken billions upon billions of dollars. It's only fair that the Prime Minister can give us in this House and give to the people of Guyana this information. Could I ask another question? At what do you estimate to be the unit cost of the gas that will be supplied to the plant? If you determine that it will be the power produced will cause the Guyanese people to see a 50% reduction, I'm building up to the question here.
We already asked a question. The question you ask, tell me if I'm not comprehending, is what is the price of the gas that will be delivered to
Yes,
the
I'm
plant?
trying to give some context to the question.
So you asked the question and I'm about to put. But I was about to also say, before you asked the question, you made a statement about the PPP government and it might envisage a response. Honorable Prime Minister, these failed projects that your government?
Mr. Speaker, the PPP government has a history of conceptualizing, constructing, and delivering to the people of Guyana. Contrary to the coalition government, who is good at dreaming and perhaps some amount of conceptualization, but not implementing. not implementing, no delivery. And even for the projects that they tried with, they're all incomplete. And in cases, we have to take corrective measures and deliver them to the people of Guyana. So rest assured that this project will be delivered to the people of Guyana in keeping with the timeline, and the cost that they will pay for electricity will be far less than they're paying now.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister.